Hey Groovers, it's Lisa Shah down at Burley Beach from Escape Out of the Box because I ran the wrong way today. I got so distracted with getting home to my radio show yesterday that I forgot to do my first video. So today is going to be 2 minutes long instead of 1 because I always have plenty to say. And on that note, if you ever would like more, if you go into my photo albums, usually the photo album of the corresponding name has a lot more information, but I've tied it into the content of the photos that I've taken that day. And personally, I think that stuff is pretty worthwhile. So have a look and see what you can glean from that. Also, of course, there's the blog, and you can find that. You can go to the blogcast tab on my page and get a link from there, or it's just lisashahescape.blogspot.com, something like that. lisashahescape.blogspot.com. And of course, the radio show on the following Tuesday always has more information. So next week we have Brad Yates, and he's the EFT wizard, and we'll be tapping our way into some pretty cool do-it-yourself designer breakthroughs. But today, what I wanted to tell you about was that, you know, the weather today has been doing a pretty classic reflection of how we handle getting past thresholds in our life that we've built some kind of magic shrine around as impassable. And that's really what a breakthrough is. The biggest difference between possibly a breakthrough and a goal, just in terms of why we feel so impressed about it, is because the level of resistance that we experience is different. And we change that. We determine that. We're the ones that decide somewhere inside our psyche that something needs to be hard and something else needs to be easy. And we're all unique that way. We've all created this on different levels. There is the mass consensus about what makes some things harder than others, but individually, one person will find something extremely difficult, another person will breeze it in. All right, and so it's understanding that it's only as hard as you make it, and that the idea with a breakthrough is that, you know, instead of you know, looking at the barrier that we have toward crossing a threshold and almost building a shrine around it and dedicating our life story to it or making excuses for it, you know, instead of doing that, simply do this one thing. I challenge you for a week to change your story. All right, this is your activity for the day, and then I want you to carry it on through until the breakthrough show next week with Brad Yates. Choose one area in your life that you would like to see a breakthrough in that's relevant to where you are today, okay? And then I want you to think about how you want that breakthrough to look. Who would you be? What would you be doing? How would your day differ? All those types of things. How would it reflect in your relationships? I want you to choose one thing, and then I want you to write a story about what it looks like, okay? And then don't tell your usual story. Stop yourself before you let yourself think it. Stop yourself before you let yourself say it, and instead insert your new story. Go and get what you've written it on if you have to, you know, and watch what happens and let me know, because I'm always really keen. Okay, so I think I've probably done more than my 2 minutes. If you got to 1 minute and lost attention, just pause it, come back. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye. And we're here looking at do-it-yourself design and breakthroughs. Now, before I go into today's little blurb, just want to remind you of our Blog Talk radio show next week with the EFT wizard, Brad Yates, and we're going to tap our way into some really cool breakthroughs, and you'll learn a new technique for dealing with resistance, which is what we're talking about today. And I just want to mention that really ideally what you want when you want to accomplish something in your life, especially that's something that seems to have become quite elusive, is that to follow the path of least resistance. The best way you have of being open and receptive to receiving the things that you want in your life is to follow the path of least resistance. If you don't have what you want already, it's because you haven't been an energetic match to that thing. So what you need to do is you can look at your life, and your life is a mirror, so you can see what you've been getting back in that area, and ask yourself, how am I asking for this?
and look at making an adjustment that way. But once you've done that, it's about just aligning to what you do want. Spend time and attention focusing on the content of what you put down yesterday about how you would like this area of your life to look. Be specific. The more detail and time you spend making this really solid energy connection with your desires, the more effectively you will draw that into your life. And then feel good. Feel good. If you don't feel good, it's because you are concerned that you're not going to have what you want, or you're working contrary to the desires that you want anyway, because it doesn't feel good. So do what it takes to stay in a fun place, in a light place, a thankful place, and enjoy all that you have already. And you'll watch things happen as they start to turn around. By the way, if you want some one-on-one assistance with locating and dealing with resistance, you can always contact me, because I do life coaching.
Hi, Critters.